the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Pepsi Center, the site, Denver Nuggets, the home team, and today they'll be playing against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. Well, the talk of the past few days, the play of AI, outstanding in his first full NBA season. Shaq, are you convinced that he is, in fact, the real deal?
I'm not like my good friend Kenny over there who sees one person do one play and then automatically calls him Superman. I like what I see, but I want to see more before making that judgment. Yeah, he's been hot, but let's see him do it over a sustained period of time.
Well, you know what? It's hard to imagine that a player with his upside was just sitting overseas. That's incredible. But he's put the work in, he's improved, and the league is now his for the taking.
That wraps it up from here. Thanks for joining us. We will see you later.
Hey, what's up, man?
Conference affair lined up for you today as the Brooklyn Nets come in for this one. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. This is the first game back in Denver for the Nuggets. If you think about their performance from last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction with the win here in this one.
And you know, for the Nuggets, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standing.
I'm not sure how long they'll be able to stick around up there, but so far it's been a lot of fun to see how much progress they're making.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. And the Nuggets with some changes. Porter's checked in for Plumlee. Hernan Gomez comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Beasley in for Harris. And then for Brooklyn, AI is checked in for Davis. Harris comes in for Damari Carroll. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Crabbe. Inside, Clark, obviously everyone's looking for talent, but talk about some of the players whose work ethic sets them apart.
Jimmy Butler's work ethic, I think, made him into an all-star. Obviously had good size and athleticism, but refined his offensive game and is now a multi-time all-star, and his work ethic is top level. Any of the guys that you've seen impact their teams or come from low draft positions or undrafted, Patrick Beverley. How about him as a guy that you look at and say, man, this guy's work ethic has really made the difference in his career.
6 to shoot. Beasley with a clean look. Offline with his 3. Nets trail by 5. Dinwiddie kicks to Ilgauskas. In the corner, it's Harris. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. To the inside. Ilgauskas, good! Ilgauskas has got his first bucket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morris finds Porter. Easily outside. Murray right side. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
To the middle. Ilgauskas, good! And it's now only a 1-point Denver lead.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I caught up with Coach Mike Malone. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a feeling out period between these teams. He said, we have a group of guys who can score and do it in a hurry. We're going to go right at them and test their defense early on. Looks like they're in attack mode. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Yeah, I echo that, Greg. I mean, if they come out here as the aggressors and really get after it, I think it'll make things that much easier on them defensively.
Isaiah Thomas has checked in for Murray. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Brooklyn.
And, you know, last year the Denver Nuggets were dominant from behind the arc. I mean, 6th in the league in three-pointers made, 7th in three-point percentage.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Napier kicks to Ilgauskas. Over Porter. And it's Ilgauskas missing. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the Suns.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
Here's Dinwiddie. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And a wide open look for Porter. A three-pointer, no good.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
Denver's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Money from the wing. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
You know, this guy can beat you off the dribble. He can beat you off the catch. IT's just a hard guy to defend.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. Michael Porter, 4th. And, of course, AI.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
You know, for the season so far, their efficiency really off the charts, guys. I mean, great shot selection, excellent composure as well. I mean, you really can't tell that these guys are rookies.
Inside shot, and it's good. 2 points. Ilgauskas has got 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Right side, Thomas. Porter. A rebound by the Nets. Allen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Thomas, here we go. A second chance effort, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
Yeah, a former 5-star recruit. We know about the talent level with Porter, but he's also a mature, hard-working guy.
First one falls for him. And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic from mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Dudley comes in for Allen. And Caruch is subbed in for Harris. Napier passes to Ilgauskas. And the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for him.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Up top, Morris. Napier covering. Shot from 12. Morris, no good. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Yeah, they were too physical and a little bit out of position. They were rough out there, but ultimately the physicality led to fouls, and that hurt them.
Here's Porter. Hernan Gomez finds Thomas. On the wing, Morris. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
With the floater, it's all tied in Denver. We've got more in store for you right after this. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, I mean, it just, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Caruch is out there with AI. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Brooklyn trailing. Napier dishes to Dudley. Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Morris. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Hey, props to Dinwiddie there. I mean, Spencer, the closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he is.
Here's Millsap. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
Here's Ilgauskas. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. To the right side. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Beasley. Thomas got 8.
Boy, love the confidence Thomas has. Feels like he can score from anywhere, even deep inside the paint.
Ilgauskas with it. He's picked up by Millsap. Napier with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Beasley with the steal. 3 on 3. Here's Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
And, you know, there you see the instincts of IT. Sensing when his man is broken free and then getting the ball there on time.
Quarter for 2 in just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now here's Napier, covered by Beasley. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Ilgauskas. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys Hall of Famers and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
There's the pass to Millsap. Harris looking it over. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thomas. Plumlee trying to break loose. Thomas, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Ball's knocked loose. Passes it to Karouche. And the Nets miss again. The Nuggets leading by 3. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown." That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game. He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. Now here's Plumlee. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Teardrop shot, and it's laid in by Barton. Barton's got 5.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Pass to Plumlee. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Napier kicks to Ilgauskas. Pass to Karouche from 12 feet out. Rebound by the Nuggets. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And guys, these teams don't see each other too often, but last year they would have liked to see a little bit more of them, the way they were able to take care of their business.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I mean, anytime you have an advantage on a team and you're looking to pile up wins, you'd like to have them on your schedule more times than just a couple.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
You know, these second-round picks that sometimes emerge as outstanding players, Will Barton, a case in point. As a matter of fact, he can give you the handbook for being an outstanding second-round pick because he's really pretty good at just about everything you need to do on the basketball court.
Murray's checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Ilgauskas. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And talking about Barton, you look at the body type, the game that he plays, Clark, well built for the modern era of pro basketball.
Yeah, especially since he's added some strength, Kevin. He can guard 1 through 3. You can't push him around as much as you once could. And, of course, this guy does not lack for confidence.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Here's Harris. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Napier passes to Harris. 58 seconds left to play in the first half. Ilgauskas, good.
Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Here's Thomas. buries it down low. Thomas got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, a common thread throughout the evening, IT's ability to get his shot, and he's converting at a high rate.
The pass to Karouche. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Good on the bucket.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple. Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
And here's Napier. Kicks it to Ilgauskas. Over Porter. It's on the wing, no good from Chris Webber. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Well, the first half for you, offensively, you were very efficient. What has been the key to get that done?
I think it's all about finding good shots. You know, you can't shoot a high percentage if you're forcing things, you know. So I've tried to be selective, and my teammates have done a good job, gave me some easy looks.
Great job of letting the game come to you instead of forcing things. Kevin?
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Really an incredible game from AI.
Yeah, I mean,
Murray's checked in for the Nuggets. And then for Brooklyn, AI comes in for Damari Carroll, and Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Alan Crabb. Harris and Barton, the 2 wings. One way out there with Paul Millsap, and it's Murray in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. It needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
Brooklyn leading by 13. Russell kicks to Ilgauskas. Back to Russell. Davis up top. Passes it to Dinwiddie. Fires the 3. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
and how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Murray dishes to Barton. He feeds it to Millsap. A shot, no good. Excellent D from Ilgauskas. Knocked loose. Russell passes to Ilgauskas. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got his 6th assist on the night.
And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
Harris kicks to Millsap. Barton outside. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Murray against Russell. Back to Barton. And Barton throws it down.
And this is where Barton does his eating. Deep inside. Leaping with ease to punch it home. Having now been a head coach for 5 full years, 2 years with the Kings, 3 with the Nuggets, Malone's had his fill of inexperienced rosters and has done a reasonably good job with them.
Dinwiddie. They get it again. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 9 points.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Harris, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. He has 5.
Harris demonstrating how efficient he is from the mid-range area.
Pass to Russell, the 3. That shot off the mark. And the Nuggets going the other way. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Porter's checked in for Plumlee. Malik Beasley comes in for Harris. And Morris subbed in for Murray. Here's Ilgauskas. Again, the Nets for 2. Now Beasley. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Morris. Barton in the corner. Clock at 6. Morris finds Porter. From deep. Morris, no good. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 15-point game. And there's the pass to Dinwiddie. Dishes it to Ilgauskas. Over Millsap. Keeps it alive. Davis on the follow. Davis has got 5 points so far.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
Well, I tell you what, if you're a fan of the Nets, you've got to like the job the front office has done. When they took over the team, it was stuck in a quagmire of losing. Now, the fans have some hope as they're building towards success.
Some rookies have had a very hot hand this season. These are the best three-point shooters in the NBA's freshman class. Third is Michael Porter.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
You know, we've seen recently more and more guys enter the league with that refined long-range stroke, indicative of how important the three-point shot is in the game. And this guy's amongst the best of them. You can't underestimate the value he brings as a shooter.
Ilgauskas dishes to Dinwiddie. The Nets need to get a shot off here, and he makes that one. 23 points for AI. And for this Brooklyn front office, they've done a good job with what they started with.
Yeah, and even though they've taken nice small steps forward every season, complacency has to be stiff-armed and held back. The GM wants to preach impatience and doesn't want the team to feel full or satisfied.
Here's Dinwiddie, covered by Beasley. Millsap against Davis. Here's Napier, beyond the arc. Hits it from three-point range. He has 5.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Morris kicks to Millsap. Beasley outside. Fires from the wing. The Nuggets keeping it alive. A new 24. A 3 from Morris. That shot off.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Inside, here's Ilgauskas. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Brooklyn?
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Caruth is checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Davis. And the Denver Nuggets probably would have made the playoffs last year if their defense, Clark, had performed as well as their offense.
Well, simply put, dead last in opponent's field goal percentage. Very few teams with that stat ever make the playoffs. Some of it's perhaps scheme, but most of the time it's about attitude and effort and personnel. That's not going to get it done in the robust and tough West.
Napier feeling it out a bit. AI left side. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And let's see what Denver has coming up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Porter passes to Thomas. Here's Millsap. Brooklyn with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Here's Thomas. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Passes it to Karuch. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nuggets really having a tough go here. Thomas up top, guarded by Harris. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Nuggets shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Set it up, bring the play in.
Thomas with the ball. 16 points for him. Morris right side. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Harris. AI is out there with Karuch. Then there's Davis, and it's Napier in at the 1. Karuch, and he uses the glass on the layup. Karuch has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Nets. The Nuggets shooting 43% from the field. Harris against Morris. Great D that time from Davis.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked, you're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Here's Karuch. Millsap covering. Here's Ilgauskas. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range.
Shot.
Can't happen.
here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Davis, and it's Allen Crabbe in for Harris. Free throw no good for Ilgauskas. Mark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more, players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the three-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for three when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my posture. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
Now here's Crabbe. He's guarded closely. Just 3 to shoot. Takes the 13-footer. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here is Morris. He's guarded by Crabbe. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Here's Plumlee. And another shot. And no good that time. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Now here's Napier. He's guarded by Thomas. Now here's Crabbe. That one good for 2.
Yeah, confidence inside from Crabbe on display there. Terrific at taking advantage of good looks.
Denver calls timeout.
You know, after being in the cellar for a few years, the Brooklyn Nets have started to turn things around here. I mean, good young core to build around and add to, and I think things are starting to look up in every department.
A different look for Denver. Harris comes in for Morris, and it's Jamal Murray in for Isaiah Thomas. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. Russell comes in for Napier. In the corner, it's Harris. Off target from outside. And Clark, the Nets during this turnaround, they've done a good job of positioning themselves.
Yeah, you can look at a number of things. One, taking on vets with bad contracts to accumulate assets. 2, went from lacking picks in the draft to having a lot of options. Those things, when you combine them, help you speed up the process of getting better.
Murray, good.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
And Ilgauskas kicks to Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
When you look at player contracts today, Clark, a little different from the one after you signed your rookie year.
One shot,
4 years and $1 million? Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got the numbers right, Kevin. And, you know, I look at that as all relative. How about the guys who played way before me?
Right.
And they were traveling on trains to games and were working jobs during the summer. I mean, it's all a function of the revenue generation of the league, which has grown exponentially. Since I played, we were part of the group that actually saw the first salary cap instituted in the early 80s. So growth is part of what we see now in player salaries, and I'm all for the guys to get what they deserve from that standpoint.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Now here's Crabbe, guarded by Harris. Russell inside. Millsap on him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Paul Millsap picks one up.
The number 2 pick of the 2015 draft. Russell trying to mature into the leader everybody expects him to be.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
And he makes the first. And when D'Angelo Russell is on the floor, he's looking to attack at every chance he gets.
Yeah, he's a smooth operator now. This guy has all the tools. He's best, though, I think, when he's challenging defenders and probing the defense. Such a skilled and gifted passer. He's got a nice blend of speed and has gotten stronger which I think is really an asset for him. He can get a little streaky at times, but when he's on, you got to ride his wave because it's a good one.
Wide open look here for Murray. Misses the three.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot, clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Here's Ilgauskas. Stolen away. Barton wide open. He fires. Brooklyn with the rebound. Carroll's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Ilgauskas, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Denver. We know Clark fans want to see star players. That's been a hot topic around the league. The league has added rules, in fact, that now prohibit resting guys on certain nights.
Yeah, I think that's important, that players have a real understanding of their responsibility. I understand trying to balance the rest versus the wear and tear of a course of. That's another reason I propose a shorter season. I don't think you'd end up with this kind of controversy or debate. But I thought the league was right in requiring, I mean, your responsibility is to play all the games you're available to play in, unless you're injured. And I think it's important that guys take that responsibility seriously. It's a responsibility they have to themselves, to the team, the organization, and the fans.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Barton outside. They get it back. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, you know what? I think Barton does a nice job hitting the boards. Would love more of that kind of intensity from him.
Back to Russell. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Here's Ilgauskas. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
A different look for Denver. Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Plumlee. And it's Torrey Craig in for Gary Harris. Clark, we know of your involvement with college basketball, calling the Final Four. College teams occasionally change conferences here in the NBA. There's talk of eliminating conferences altogether.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a bit of a traditionalist here. I'm open to change, but I think there would need to be more rationale behind the change than what I've heard or read. So I think keeping it the way it is fine. So that tradition aspect of it is what I'm hanging my hat on. Anytime you try to manipulate matchups, though, to me, is walking down the wrong road. So in my opinion, we should stay with the conferences for now.
I like that thought.
Well, you look at D'Angelo Russell, and this season and last season, I really think it was just about maturing, and that goes with all young players in this league. It's a process. I thought he needed to get away from LA and the episode he had there with his teammates, and I think he's now more focused and knows more of what it takes to be successful in the NBA.
And for Russell, he had maturing to do, Clark, off the court, but he has also showed maturation in his game on the floor as well.
Yeah, it's a natural progression for guys who are eager to get better and take constructive criticism seriously. He doesn't force it as much on offense now. He knows the importance of being efficient with the ball and not spectacular.
Musa passes to Allen. Bounce pass, Russell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. A fadeaway, and AI gets it to go on the assist by Allen.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Murray against Russell. Murray kicks to Hernan-Gomez. Pass to Craig. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Barton. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
You know, Barton's an improving ball handler, and because of that, he's got more moves now that he can choose from when he's going off the bounce.
Here's Musa. Outside Russell, and there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan-Gomez. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. In terms of competitive balance, Clark, the 2-3 teams being the heavy favorites every year, what do the other teams really have to play for?
Well, first and foremost, the opportunity to rewrite that script. I mean, just because teams are heavy favorites.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Good pass. Good win, fellas.